Hey everyone, Wes here for Family Gamer TV, and today we're going to be taking a little sneaky peek at Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This is the Wii U exclusive spin-off of Super Mario 3D World. So in that game, there were levels akin to what we're seeing here in Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And you can see with this introductory level, it shows you what the game is really all about. You have these small micro-universes which are effectively puzzle mazes, and you have to work out the best way around them to collect everything on the stage and eventually get to that power star at the top. And as I mentioned, these featured in part within Super Mario 3D World, which is a great game and I highly recommend you check it out. But these, for me, were some of the highlights of that game. Those particular levels, I really looked forward to them. And the fact that I'm now going to get to play a whole game with like 70 stages that are all this kind of puzzle, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, as you can see, getting a little bit of story here. So, Toad and Toadette, they've found a power star. Toadette's trying to cling on to that power star desperately, and in doing so, she ends up getting taken away by this huge bird. And, well, what's a toad to do when your best friend gets taken away, accidentally, I might add, by a big, huge bird? Well, you've got to go and find her. You've got to rescue her. And I'm sure there's going to be people out there that might complain, and this is yet another example of the male character who has to rescue the girl. But let's see how it plays out, really. You know, it's a puzzle game after all. So here you've got a couple of the levels. We're going to start with level 1. Now, I've already played a couple of these. Well, I say my son Joe has already played a few of these. And I can't show you the solutions to these, okay? Because, you know, that would be complete spoiler for you. But what I can do is show you what the levels look like. I'm going to take a look at these first 8 levels. Give you an idea of the different environments you're going to encounter, the different things you've got to find, and then different things you can kind of interact with. So here you can see a little lever in the ground that we can pull. That will lift up that piece of the level. You can also see some Shy Guys in here. You've got a golden mushroom to collect, some power blocks, lots of things that are, you know, familiar from the Mario Brothers universe. So each level also has an additional goal, so you're trying to collect 3 gems, get the power star, and complete that additional goal. So in this level, the goal is not to break that bridge. Now, because the easy thing to do would be walk straight across it. But if you do, the bridge will fall, so you need to try and avoid that. And here you can see you can zoom in as well as rotate the level. In this level, you can see you have these rotating discs that you have to time when to go in, and they'll allow you out at certain points. You've got those big spike blocks that you've got to avoid in order to navigate around the level. So lots of varied enemies in each of these levels, and of course varied style. Each of these first few levels, you see, every single one of them is different. Now, this particular level makes a bit more use of the gamepad. The gamepad does feature quite heavily within this game, which is nice for a title on the Wii U because there aren't a lot that do make use of it. And this one, you can touch each of the different colours on the gamepad and it shifts them around. So you can see as I'm touching the gamepad here, although you can't see the gamepad, each part of the world is moving. And there you see I've moved a block out of the way so that I can navigate to another area of that level. But again, you're seeing just the whole diverseness of the levels, different unique styles in each one, different mechanics at play. Now let's have a look at level 4, Mushroom Mesa. So in this one we got some Shy Guys. We've also got another enemy as well, this flying bird. And forgive me, Mario fans out there, for not knowing the name of this particular enemy. My Nintendo fanboy circuits aren't quite fully wired up today. So again, another new environment, this one kind of stone themed, but bringing in elements that we've seen in other levels now and combining them in new ways. And you see, with this particular enemy, if you get anywhere near it underneath, it will try and swoop down on you. And the Shy Guys will just kind of follow you around, try and track you and get hold of you. You do seem to have 2 lives on every level, so you can take 1 hit before you're have to restart the level, really. Now, this one, Cherry Palace, features a new mechanic, one that you'll be familiar with if you've played Super Mario Bros. 3D World. And this is introducing the cherry. So if your character picks up this cherry, it will create a clone or a doppelganger of yourself, and then you can use those characters to work out the puzzles in the level. So here you split so that you can stand on the P panel, and then that allows a part of the level to drop away. And of course, this maze is going to be quite tricky with 2 characters to control rather than 1. So that then plays into the whole puzzle of this particular level, and you're going to see all of these things coming back in combinations. But again, a whole new unique mini or micro universe. This one setting kind of like a I don't know whether you'd call it maybe a Middle Eastern castle. And now on to Shy Guy Heights with level 6. Again, another maze here. You can see in the middle there this interesting looking block. Now we'll see that a bit later on in some other levels, I think. This block, if you stand on it, you'll get like a spin wheel appear on the gamepad, and then you have to rotate your finger around that to interact with the spin wheel on the block itself, and that will change certain aspects of the level, rotate them around for you, move things about so you can access other areas. And this is one of the bigger levels, quite wide, this one, with the kind of town attached to this kind of hedgerow maze that you've got to work your way through. Now, you will see that spin wheel in effect now in Spin Wheel Library. So, this one has that kind of ghostly, spooky feel about it, you know, kind of Luigi's Mansion style kind of thing. And you see the spin wheel there, and we're going to go and interact with that in a minute. But you've got some hidden aspects here. Then how do we get down to all these things? Well, that's where the spin wheel comes in. So let's make our way over there, and as you can see, you're now encouraged to use the gamepad. Well, it's the only way you can progress, and you spin that wheel slowly with your finger in a clockwise direction, and that rotates parts of the level, moves them about, creates new pathways for you, and that's what the game's all about, really. They're solving puzzles by finding the right path through the level. So that's level 7. Things change a little on level 8. Now, there are some variations to levels. You get boss fights, and you also get these minecart levels, which are kind of like a, I don't know, like a shooting gallery on a roller coaster, if the roller coaster was a minecart. It's very Indiana Jones-esque, I guess. So we'll dip into this level and have a look in a moment. But you can see a wide variety of things here. Mainly the puzzle game, but beyond that, we've got these extra different levels to mix things up a bit. Can't show you the boss fight. Don't want to spoil that for you. You'll have to experience yourself. You'll have to experience that yourself when you get hands-on with the game. But the minecart level we can show, and hopefully we can show you the gamepad for this as well. So on the TV screen you get this big view, but you need to use the gamepad to aim, and that puts you into kind of like a first-person view, and you're throwing these turnips at areas in the environment to try and activate these power blocks, collect the gems, take out any enemies as you progress through the level. Nice little variation, and I think all of these levels, you know, they really do appeal to both children and adults alike. I've been really keen to get my hands on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and when my son saw it, he went gaga for it. He's really digging it and keen to play through the whole 70 levels, hoping that the puzzle difficulty doesn't ramp up to the point where he's going to struggle at 8 years old. But I think I should be all right. To be honest, that's the main thing, isn't it? No, I think, if anything, the only thing that we seem to be missing from Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is perhaps some kind of co-op aspect, which would kind of be nice. But that is our preview of the first 8 levels in the game. Sorry we couldn't show you the complete, solutions to those puzzles. We didn't want to spoil it for you. And of course, there's boss fights in there as well to experience as you go along. But leave us a comment. Let us know, are you excited for this title? It's one of the smaller titles that Nintendo are launching. Maybe not with as much fanfare, but I think you should be excited for it. This and the upcoming Yoshi's Woolly World, I think, are going to be some really cool titles for the Wii U. Now, if you'd like to see more of our coverage on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker and all the titles coming to the Wii U in future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, of course, stay tuned for more from Family Gamer TV.